Alright, everyone, welcome to the thrilling conclusion of our Steel Heart tutorial for Hollow Knight. We have pretty much done everything there is to do, and now it's just time to do White Palace, get the Void Heart, and then we'll go ahead and get the Lifeblood Core Charm. And then we're done. We just have to go fight the Hollow Knight. So we are about to go to White Palace. You'll notice that I equipped Hive Blood and Grubsong charms. Grubsong is going to allow us to get soul every time we get hit, and then Hive Blood allows us to regen whatever the last hit was. So as we're going through White Palace, this is just going to give us a lot of potential health. Potentially limitless potential health as long as you're kind of willing to wait on Hive Blood. So we're at virtually zero risk of dying as we go through the White Palace. The only things you could really die to would be these guys, and there's really no reason you should die to them. They do 2 masks of damage, but they die pretty quickly, so use a couple of D-Darks on them and you'll be good to go. We do have to fight, I think, just one more of those guys. And it's right here at the beginning. You can sit at the benches in here if you want a health refill. This is kind of a large platforming section. There's like 3 platforming challenges in here that we'll have to complete to finish White Palace. And we're going to be taking some shortcuts. There are some sort of built-in shortcuts. They're kind of hidden, but we'll go ahead and use them. They do skip quite a bit of the platforming, so if you are looking to kind of like give yourself a fun platforming challenge, feel free to take your time through here and do whatever you need to do, but I am going to go ahead and show the shortcuts. So you can use them if you want to. It's not an area that I'm terribly familiar with, so you will see me take a couple of wrong turns. I know generally where to go in here, and that's about it. Alright, so now that we've killed that guy and hit the switch, this elevator has been unlocked. And so we'll just come up this elevator, and then we'll come into a big room, and basically there's 2 platforming challenges you'll have to complete before you unlock the next elevator, and one is on the left side and one is on the right side. So we'll go ahead and do the left side first. Come in here, and you'll basically just want to chase this buzzsaw, dash after it, then jump over it, and then dash away from it. And then right here is our first shortcut. You're intended to go up, but you can just drop down, grab this wall, and crystal dash right on that button, and then I'll pop you out over here. And then you'll just kind of make your way through these platforms. You will notice a couple of these kind of give me trouble. I have to attempt them 2-3 times before I get it, and that is because I'm not real familiar with this. Like I said, if you're interested in just kind of going through here with just really blazing fast speed, check out what the speedrunners do here, because they definitely have it down to a science. Alright, here you just kind of walk through these saws. And I dashed a little too early there. This is one of those parts that usually takes me a couple of tries. But it's not too bad. You should be able to get it after a couple of tries. Alright, and once you get to this point, you can just crystal dash across these 4. And jump through there. Once again, you're intended to go up, but you can just drop down and skip that part. And that's the first challenge. So we want to hit the switch, and we'll make our way to the right side of the central room. And the central room does have a bench in it, in case you need it. It's right there under the elevator. Alright, there's 3 buzzsaws in this room. You just really want to jump over the first one and then dash once you hit the ground rather than dashing into that top saw. It doesn't go all the way over, so you can stand there on the edge and just kind of take your time jumping through those last 3. And here again, we want to just kind of follow the buzzsaws up. So when you see one going up, just kind of follow it. You don't want to go up while the buzzsaw's coming down towards you, generally. And then you can pogo them to kind of just buy yourself a little time if the timing's off. Here there's another skip. Just below that button, if you jump over and then double jump, you'll be able to dash over that buzzsaw, like that. And then you want to jump back to the wall and just crystal dash across. And you can clear the whole room that way. Coming into this room, just go straight across here, and you can actually D-dark here and skip that whole section. Make sure you hit that switch. It's easy to kind of visually lose it in the noise of the D-dark and forget it's there. But you'll have to repeat the section if you don't hit it before going down. Alright, when you come into this room, this is the room that has the Path of Pain entrance. It's right there on the left. There's a breakable wall. You won't see it break, but you'll hear it. Once you hear it break, you can jump through. We don't do the Path of Pain in this run because it's completely extra. It doesn't count for a percentage or anything. But it's definitely a fun and very challenging platforming section. It's kind of the most challenging platforming that Hollow Knight has to offer. And it's still pretty safe with Hive's Blood and Grubsong. So if you want to make that part of your run, you're welcome to do that. You can see this part gives me a little bit of trouble. I just keep jumping into that buzzsaw. Alright, there we go. Yeah, and since I've been taking a lot of hits, I have a lot of souls, so I'm able to just heal right back up because of Grubsong. Come over here, there's a little bit of tricky timing with these guys. But generally, if you jump up as they come up, then you'll be on a timing cycle with them where you can kind of either dash across or pogo them after double jumping. So jump when they go, and then double jump, and then pogo. And that'll give you good timing to kind of get around them. And then we want to pogo this one and jump up to the right side of the wall there. And then we'll just double jump over here, jump up, pogo the buzzsaw, and you can go straight up. In this room there's another skip here. We just kind of jump up and pogo this buzzsaw. You'll want to be, yeah, slightly more left than I was there. There we go. And you want to make sure your crystal dash is like dead center with that little railing that goes across the screen there. so you don't hit any of those saws. We come up here, there's another skip at the right of the screen. We'll just wall jump up here and fireball. Break open this shortcut. And then I go through that first set. It is possible to D-Dark all the way down here, but the timing is very precise. So if you just go through the first set of spears and then you can D-Dark after that, it's a much more forgiving timing. Alright, you come over here, dash and double jump under those thorns to get on this side. And there's another skip here where you jump up and grab the right side of the island there. I have never successfully done it, but I know it's possible because I've seen the speedrunners do it. So I just go the normal way there. Alright, and that's it. That's pretty much all of the platforming for White Palace. From here we're just kind of crystal dashing across. So we'll run up this last little bit here. There's a couple of hidden rooms here that have some lore in them. There's like a nursery and a king's like experiment room. But you ultimately want to just come up here and grab the white fragments. That'll give us the King's Soul Charm, which we will now need to turn into the Void Heart down in the Abyss. And Void Heart, beyond being a percentage, also is what opens up the true ending of the game. In this run through, we're not going to do true ending, because we're just going to fight the Hollow Knight. I debated about whether or not to fight Radiance, but since this tutorial is just kind of trying to show ways to do Steelheart safely and easily, or as safely and easily as possible, I opted not to do it. But if you want to give yourself that challenge, you should go for it. I'm shy of 3000 Geo, which is what we need to get the final vessel fragment. We throw 3000 into the Ancient Basin fountain there. And so I'm just running over to Lem real quick to sell him a relic so that I can get that 3000 Geo. And we'll just have to sell him, I mean, even a Wanderer's Journal will do at this point. And we have a couple of King's Idols and a couple of Black Eggs, so we have plenty of money, which is why we kind of picked up all those things during the run when I was just like, yeah, we'll just get this to buffer our Geo. A lot of that Geo we don't actually need, but it's good to pick up, you know, more than enough rather than not quite enough. And Lem was down at the fountain there. I'm not actually sure what makes him appear at the fountain or at his store, but if he's ever not at his store, he'll be down there at the fountain, and you can talk to him and then he'll go back to the store. Alright, now that we've got the Geo, we'll go ahead and go back to the palace grounds. And we're gonna go get the Lifeblood Core. And so we need to have all of our Lifeblood charms on, and I go ahead and equip Heart 2. I think it's 14 or 15 masks you need, like Lifeblood masks. But I'm not sure on the number. If we equip all those charms, it gives us 16. And I actually go back here so that I can put King Soul on, so that I don't have to come up and change my charms again. I kind of don't recommend this, because in order to put King Soul on, you will be overcharmed. And when you're overcharmed, you'll take double damage. And there are the shades down in the Abyss that deal 2 damage to us normally. And when we're overcharmed, they deal 4. Which means we can only sustain 4 hits from them. And because we have the Lifeblood charms on, we can't heal. It's one of those things that's like, it's not very likely to be a problem, but it does put you in a little bit of a risky situation. I know I get down there and I end up getting hit a couple of times by them, and it makes me super nervous. And it's not too much trouble to just, warp back to the bench, change your charms, and come back down to the Abyss. So you can kind of choose what you want to do there. Again, once I got down there and got hit a couple times, I regretted doing that. Yeah, once we hit that platform, the little gems there will start counting down. And let's see how many there are. Looks like 14 is what you need. And we have 16, I think. Alright, this is another room that I'm not terribly familiar with. And since I'm overcharmed, I'm being probably a little more careful than I might normally be. Because I know I'm on overcharmed and on Lifeblood masks, so I know I'm kind of in a place where I don't want to make many mistakes. But ultimately, the room's not that difficult to get through. There are a lot of spikes everywhere, but there's no enemies, nothing to kind of throw you off. It's just find the next platform and go to it. And you can go the left route there, that'll just take you down underneath the charm, and there's a black egg down there. So if you do end up needing money at the end of the game, that's a good way to get it. There's also a black egg here at the very bottom of the Abyss. Alright, and once you have King Soul equipped, this will open up for you. And there's a little bit of a maze section here. It's not very hard to navigate, you mostly just want to go down. And you can see I'm being careful again because I have Lifeblood. And I know that I can't heal, so... and if you don't have the Lifeblood charms on here, if you do, just kind of go change your charms. Yeah, and I'm getting a little frantic there. Then you'll be able to heal, and because you have King Soul on, you will always have Soul, so, you'll be basically invincible. And you won't have any need to be nervous here. Alright, when you get to the bottom, just Dream Nail that black egg. And that'll take us to this next little cutscene where we have to climb up out of the Abyss. And I'm also not very familiar with the climb here, so you will see me go up not by any particular route, and I think I fall back down at one point, so it's pretty slow. But again, if you want to learn it the fast way, the speedrun tutorials are a good resource for you. I really like the music in this section, because it kind of starts off subtle, and then as you climb higher and higher, it starts adding in new parts. Like there'll be some strings that come in, and there'll be some like vocal chorus that comes in towards the end, and so you kind of get that building tension. The same thing happens in the Hollow Knight fight. We won't get to experience it in the Hollow Knight fight though, because we're gonna kind of blaze through the fight pretty quickly. once you get to the top, there's a cutscene here with the Hollow Knight. And now our King Soul charm will become the Void Heart charm. When you have the Void Heart, the shades in the Abyss will no longer attack you. And if you're playing in a standard playthrough of the game, then your own shade will no longer attack you either. You can just walk up and hit it, and in one hit it'll come back to you. Alright, so we'll go back to our standard charm setup here with Strength, Shamstone, Quick Slash, Grub Song, and Dream Wielder, not Weaver like I said in the last video. Alright, and here is where I realized that I went down and I threw my money into the fountain, but I did not stick around long enough to actually pick up the Vessel Fragment. So make sure that you do that. I think my brain is just one of those where like I'm going places and I'm, you know, checking off boxes, and so I walked up there and I threw my Geo in and I was like, yep, that's done. And didn't realize that, oh, I didn't actually get the Vessel Fragment from that. So just wait around until the fragment appears so you can grab that before going down to the Abyss. Alright, and now we are on our way to the Hollow Knight. Fastest way to get there is just to sag back to Dirtmouth and then drop into Crossroads from there. Alright, so Hornet is here with us. That's because we're wearing the Void Heart. She will interrupt the Hollow Knight fight at the last minute to give us the chance to fight Radiance, which we're not going to end up taking. And unfortunately that will doom Hornet. But that it is what it is. We need to get our achievement. Alright, you want to read that sign so that you can check and just make sure you have 100%. We've got 104, so we're good to go. And the Hollow Knight fight is very, very easy with the charms and nail upgrades that we have. You're mostly just going to just stand next to him and quick slash a bunch of times. If he dashes at you, or if he parries, or if he triple slashes, just shadow dash through him, turn around and keep swinging. You can also jump over him alternatively. But it'll be over pretty quickly, so you know, if you need to tank hits or whatever you need to do, you just want to keep slashing him and get in as much as possible. The only move you really need to watch out for is this one, because those pillars will do 2 hearts of damage, so you don't want to take too much damage from that. And then once he starts stabbing himself, just go ahead and heal up. We can't really hurt him while he's doing that. And then just keep swinging. And when Hornet comes in, if you want to fight the Radiance, this is when you'll need to Dream Nail him. But we're just going to keep slashing. The Radiance is a difficult fight. She does deal 2 masks of damage. And so it's, you know, it's a fight you need to have practiced if you want to do it in a Steel Soul run. And since we're kind of going for safety here, we're just going to kill the Hollow Knight, get the bad ending, and get the achievement. Yeah, once he goes down, you just hold B to focus and gather the infection into yourself, and that completes the run. So I'm going to go ahead and let the credits play out here so we can see the completion screen and the actual achievement pop up. But thank you guys again for watching. I really enjoyed making this video tutorial. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it, and I hope that it helps you get the Steel Heart achievement. I want to give definitely a shout out to the speedrunning community. I did heavily borrow from their 112% all bosses, no major glitches run, and particularly from Monsta's run, which was world record at the time, but I think Zeph's beat it now. But yeah, if you haven't watched the 112% speedrun, I do recommend that you do it. It's pretty inspiring. Definitely what led me to make these tutorials, so definitely check them out. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and good luck in your runs.